Ready? In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Excellent. So two.
Let's go, Tristop. Let's go, Iball. Let's go, Iball.
All right. It has done maybe for the last time. Hopefully. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's so sweet. Judy's been so great, and the whole Marts family's been amazing with running this tournament. They've got, I think Lucy was behind the merch table. They've got Remy winning the thing. Marts family is all over this whole thing. So maybe a round of applause for the organizers of this great event one last time. All right, so as we get underway here, some kind of immediate high boards and some danger, and both players able to get long bars over to bring their stacks down, and another one. So they are back down to safety, so now it's safe to talk about them. Tristop, of course, if you're a fan of classic Tetris and have watched CTWC recently, you've seen some exciting regional wins as well as an amazing deep run, very inspiring and gutty deep run in Classic Tetris World Championship in Pasadena this year, defeating some amazing players and taking a game off of Alex T, the eventual champion of the event, and making it all the way to the semifinals. Tristop's been a great player for a lot of years and seems to be, finding his best Tetris self these past 6 months. Iball, another player on the rise, has been playing in a lot of online tournaments throughout the last few years, but only very recently just starting to, I think, turn a corner and has made the semifinals of the most prestigious and online tournament, made it the semifinals 2 months in a row, which is not an easy thing to do. And all the best players in the world are the players that he's playing against to get there, including wins against the two-time champion Dog Playing Tetris and Pixel Andy. And several other notable players. So both players on the rise and looking to solidify maybe their status or establish a status as a great player here, maybe in this tournament. So 222 as we get underway in game number 1 for Tristop, 221 for Iball. Tristop from the New York area and Iball from the Vancouver area. So actually, Tristop, though he is the American in this, probably a shorter traveling distance to get here. And both these players have a lot of fans really all over the world. 268 Tristop, 267 for Iball. And I suppose I've mentioned one last time, Iball was noted, kind of early in his gaming career as a top-level speedrunner in Super Mario Bros, as the kids call it. I didn't call it Bros, but I called it Brothers, but the kids nowadays call it Bros. And one of the very best speedrunners in the Mario community, 297 for Tristop, 318 for Iball. But has turned his focus to Tetris, and since he started specializing in it, has risen through the ranks and established himself as a top player or at least a player on the rise. 323 for Tristop, 320 for Iball. So super close so far. T-spin there for Tristop to uncover that well and gets a long bar down there for a Tetris. There's a Tetris Iball and another one, 389. So he's in the lead by about a Tetris and is behind by about 3 lines. So it is a real lead here for Tristop. So it's only one Tetris though. And of course, line clears and Tetrises get more valuable as the game progresses past level 18. 413 for Iball, 397. This is a best of 5. We are starting on level 18 as professional level matches do. There's 130 lines of this speed. There'll be 100 lines of level 19 speed, 100 lines of 29 speed, and then terminating in a level 39 super kill screen, which will certainly take out these players. And there's a line spin. That's my favorite. So I don't know, maybe Iball automatically wins because I love line spins because it's amazing. 467 here, Tristop. Iball now 466. So players are pretty close though. So now it's really Tristop ahead by a Tetris. And we're just about 10 lines away from the first level 19 transition of the match. Hopefully not the only one. Tristop with the Tetris, 512. So these will be low to mid 500K transitions, which are, you know, okay at top level Tetris, but, you know, a lot of times the piece sequence has a lot to do with that. And if both players are a little on the lower end, then it's usually the pieces, not the players. 560 Tristop, 496 Iball, and Iball in a little bit of danger here. And yeah, transitioning into 19 very awkwardly. Oh, a great piece, and he opens up that right side and has a double well that he can burn, and he pulls back the L piece to make room for the bar and gets a couple of Tetrises off of that. You know, below all that trouble, Iball very smartly had a double wide well available there and could burn basically any piece in there, and that was key to his survival in that situation. So he's still alive, very much thanks to that. 582 for Iball, Tristop 647. And despite all the heroics, Iball does find himself back by about 60,000 points here at just about the same number of lines. So he's trying to bring this back down. You know, very often you do see after players go through some crazy heroic dig, they end up, you know, maybe their attention wanders a little bit and they end up kind of right back in a situation. Iball trying to avoid that. Wow, gets a bunch of long bars in a row. Can't use any of them for Tetrises, but does build out that left side, which is, I won't say almost as good, but it's not bad to be able to build out that. All right. 604 Iball, 738 Tristop. So Tristop not having really any trouble. He's on total cruise control. It's almost like a sort of chaos over on Iball's side that he's able to get through, but Tristop has just been motoring through, like perfect stacking, 767 here on level 24 now, and now at 800 on 24, so this is a legit pace. Now Iball with a decent board, and it cleans up that board very well. Some great pieces for his board, and he's just trying to bring this down, ends up having to give in and take a triple. There is a Tetris for Iball. Players do try to avoid triples as much as they can, because while they do score more than singles and doubles, it takes up, you know, 3 lines that could be used as part of a Tetris, which is much more valuable. 778 for Iball, 897 for Tristop. And Tristop still just motoring along, 930 here on level 26, 784 for Iball, 150,000 point lead for Tristop. And all right, Iball trying to find something for that right side, takes another triple for safety. And really that's, you know, with level 29 coming up with a double speed increase, you know, smart to try to take a safe board into there rather than go for something crazy and risky. And we're just a few lines away from level 29. The speed is going to double, and they'll have 100 lines of that. Nice S-spin there. And Iball is in at 910. Tristop already with the 1,077,000 points. Yes. And both players low here. You can see the speed increase. And Iball's board not looking great here, but gets a bar over for a triple to bring the stack back down. Tristop built up for a Tetris and gets it. He's got a 1.1 million. Iball just about, he's got the max out here. That's 1 million points. So Tristop ahead by about 140,000 points. Iball trying to set up for something. He just doesn't have a lot of time to catch up. And there's a Tetris for Iball, 1 row off the bottom. Tristop just needs to try to maintain this lead and keep adding points, and he does with another Tetris, B92. And Iball's board, especially in that middle, starting to pile up a little bit. Needs to, oh, accesses the left with that bar. And he opens up that right side again, and a bar comes out. It only burns a single, so it's almost, oh no. And that's gonna be a top out for Iball at A64. Tristop is good in game number 1. Let's count them down in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. right, starting off with the same pieces, of course. This is a professional level match. We start or play the whole thing with same piece sets, uncapped scores, with a level 39 super kill screen imposed because, well, you don't want it to go on forever. And Tetris is down the right side for each of these players as we get underway in game number 2. And K9 is here again. Hello, K9. Is there anything you want to remind us, or are you just hanging out?
I'm just hanging out, watching the finals. Pretty exciting.
And yeah, and K9 did a great job setting up the technical stuff for that. I mean, the technical aspects of this tournament have been great. I mean, amazing monitors on our main stage, and I mean, it's just all kinds of preparation. And you know, with these live events, I've organized them. You can prepare, you can over prepare, and still things can go wrong. And so we did a great job of pivoting and improvising when we needed to. So good job, K9. So 114 here for Tristop, 114 for Iball. Same score, same lines, and they are very closely matched, these two.
Yeah, so Vandy, you know, I may not be a player, but I'm still a watcher. So, I think I do have some watching powers. You know, I can predict certain things. So
Yes.
After this, I actually tried to predict who would be the top 4 and top for the silver and the gold bracket. So we're gonna see how close I am afterwards.
All right, so we're actually gonna look at your predictions.
Yeah.
And how do we know you're not going in the back room and then writing them down very
Because
quickly
I'm
after?
sitting right beside you.
All right. 142 here for Tristop, 169 for Iball. Because that's totally what I would do. I would just go, yeah, I predicted it. Yep, there we go. All right, Tristop with a Tetris well set up there in column 3, like 5-6 rows off the bottom, and trying to find a bar for it, but this is a bad time to run into a drought. Not like there's ever a good time, but this is especially bad time. Finds a bar and gets a Tetris and another one over to that right side. So 201 for Tristop, 219 for Iball. The players now back down, out of danger, reestablish their wells here. Another line spin for Iball. He really wants to win this, I think. He really, really wants to win. I love those line spins. But unfortunately, you do have to outscore the opponent in this format. So we're going to see Iball try to do that. Tristop trying to get back to a lead in this game. And he does have it, but he's headed by 4 lines. So it's pretty darn close. You know, plenty of Tetris to be played. These early leads and deficits, they tend to be forgotten because they just, you know, they're important, but not as important as that 19 and 29 play where everything's so much more valuable. But you definitely don't want to fall too far behind, and that is sort of the, you know, the meta of 18. It is important, you know, to have, you know, it's good for, like, you know, having like 100, 200,000 points, you know, like you do not want to be 100,000 points behind because that can be the difference at the very end of these matches. And there's a dirty Tetris for Iball, 348. So we are neck and neck, close in lines and score, neck and neck. There's a Tetris Iball, 373. There's one for Tristop. Both players clean boards. Tristop's a little jaggedier. Is that a word? I don't think so. You all speak French. You don't know. So 396 for Iball, 372. All right, Tristop trying to deal with that right side. Maybe hoping for a J piece to sort of clean that out, but ends up having to build over it. And now he's going to have to waste a few lines kind of getting rid of that. Long bar is going to help. And all right, so he's going to kind of access this. He's going to snake that in. Oh, yeah, I wasn't able to do that. All right, let's see what Tristop's going to do here. He's going to, set up for this column 9, which can be kind of tricky. It's going to leave you amino at the end. And so, you know, you get stuck into this never-ending chain of column 9s, which can be wasteful. And both players trying to figure stuff out here. Tetris for Tristop, 440. Iball, 471. Now we're just 13 lines away for the 19 transition on Tristop's side. And Iball really needs to get this stack back in order before 19 hits. Again, it's a manageable speed, but even 19 can really hit you if you got a bad board. So taking cognizant of that, he's gonna work this down. That L piece there, not really what he was planning on, but still has an ability to bring this down. And that long bar in the middle is going to help a lot. And he's just nice adjustment to get Tetris ready right after 19. And he's going to get that Tetris. So super close here, 512 to 510. Tristop, though, gonna get a Tetris. They're both on 19. Same line count and a 26,000 point lead for Tristop, which is almost exactly a Tetris. 24,000 is what they're worth on 19. And they increase 1,200 every successive level. 587 Tristop, 584 for Iball. All right, Iball trying to, okay, long bar over for the Tetris, 611, 612 for Tristop. It has just been neck and neck the entire time. There, okay. I gotta stop saying neck and neck because they're just making it worse. Tristop with another Tetris and another one. So 666 for Tristop, 637 for Iball. Oh yeah, he doesn't see. I saw the triple there, and he's like, no, I can put that somewhere else and try one more to wait for a long bar, and it works, and he gets a Tetris out of it without having to take that dastardly triple. 694 for Iball, 721 for Tristop. Another Tetris Tristop, 749. Same line count and about a 28,000 point difference. It's just about exactly a Tetris. There's another one, Iball, 753. Another Tetris Tristop, Iball setting one up. I like that placement of that square, kind of setting up Tux over on that left side that he can then just deal with. Oh, wow. Wow, nice adjustment. Iball to make room for the incoming long bar. Was going to take a burn, said, I don't have to because a bar is coming. And wow. 879 for Iball, 850 now for Tristop. So Iball in kind of a score lead, has a couple lines extra though. So it is pretty much just tied. Here on level 26, 230 lines is when level 29 will hit. There's a Tetris Tristop 949. So now we're just about 19 lines away from 29. Another Tetris Iball. He's got the max out, A49. But he's 7 lines ahead right now of Tristop, who's kind of waiting to clear out his board. He gets a Tetris A19. So max out, double max outs here for these two players. All right, Iball calling for a bar, and the bar comes. And now he's just trying to set up some kind of last Tetris here and a good stack going into 29. And so this is where it all sort of comes down to this. And it's aggression here and scoring on here, which will make the difference in this one. And wow, a nice spin for Iball in a Tetris. B39 for him, B31 for Tristop. Iball set up for a Tetris. Board getting kind of high, takes a skim. Tetris over. There it is, B78. And another one for Iball. Finding another gear here past 29. And Tristop cannot use those bars for Tetrises at all. So the game, and finally gets one over for a Tetris B84. Iball's board kind of getting high there and with gaps, so he has to bring this down. And he's going to get a triple. That's going to help a lot. And he's actually set up for a Tetris and gets it dirty. D13 for Iball. B97 Tristop. He's set up as well in column 10 and gets it over. C38, but Iball is an 80,000 point lead. He is ahead by about 8 lines or so. Oh, and he's going to clear this out. Iball, well, Tristop's board getting high, and he's going to top out C44, and Iball is good in game number 2. There, let's go. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. I would have taken a break. I don't know, but these guys are just ready to go. They are locked in. I don't want anything to interrupt their flow right here. I mean, what a game number 2. What a game number one. I mean, these players is living up to the billing.
So, Vanny, I'd like to do a couple more like Matcherino shoutouts.
Yes.
So we've got since the great Jesus the Frog 1,810 donation, we've got a few more.
Yes.
We have Clara Walker $10. We have Not Sam Pro $5. We have Tomaraksta and 2 cents 3 times, but you know all contributions count.
Yeah.
We have Burrito Dad. We have for 420. Talvot 142, $25, and Taknerus $500. Thank you so much, Tak.
Yeah, that's
we have
wild.
Chelsea 20, Pigmanus 10, and J.R. Gagne $25.
Oh, who's
Thank you
J.R.
so
Gagne?
much.
He's right here. Thank you. Excellent. Thank you, K9, and thanks to everybody who has contributed. Scores. I mean, the players getting a bit higher on their boards here. I'm having to bring them down. Thankfully, the game offers them long bars to do that. 123 Tristop, 125 for Iball. Pretty close in score and lines as we get underway in game number 3. All right, you can see Iball rolling those squares, been the big square tower over on that left. And that is a lot of squares over on that left. But then he was continuing to get them over. I don't know how long he can keep doing that, but I guess as long as he can keep bringing the stack down. Would love a long bar, but you have other options for those squares. And there it is for Tetris for him, and another one. 198 for Iball, 215 for Tristop. Another Tetris Iball. All right, Tristop would love a T or something for that left side. Otherwise, he's going to have a gap, which he does leave a gap here. So, all right, having to deal with that. Meanwhile, long bars in for both of them. 240 Tristop, 246 Iball. 1 line apart. And Tetris for Iball. Tristop can't use that bar for a Tetris, so he's going to fill the middle of that board. Nice S-spin delayed. And he's going to chop it away with a Z. Trying to keep that well open. Taking skim scary, getting a little droughted. That left side could use a J piece, and instead he's going to turn it into a triple there. Uses that long bar pretty well. Tristop still fighting to open this well up. Meanwhile, Iball finally gets the bar. Meanwhile, Iball now in the lead, 315 to 277. And each of them are going to Tetris here. All right, there's one for Iball and one for Tristop as well. So about a 40,000 point lead through the same line count here for Iball. And I don't know, maybe Iball trying to set up a similar story as a semifinal match, kind of a rocky game 1, a rocky game 2 that he won, and you know what happened in game 3 there. Maybe the same kind of story. Tristop doesn't want that to happen. Iball 430, 392 for Tristop. All right, Iball electing not to take the burn here. It's going to pay off as he gets a Tetris and is immediately set up for another one. A lot of players there would have taken the double there, but Iball is an aggressive player. And it was low on the stack where you can get away with that kind of thing. All right, waggling that Z piece there. Crowd loves it. A murmur of approval washes over the crowd. All right, Tetris for Iball, 521. So now he's ahead by about 60,000 points over Tristop. Oh, nice move there, adjustment to accommodate that square on the left. And a Tetris over for Iball. All right, Tristop piling long bars over on that left side. So long bars and squares, looks like he's got a landing place for those if he can't use them, but would love to use them for Tetrises. And there is a Tetris for Tristop, 508. All right, Tristop finds a long bar to fill in that left side. That's super important as we approach level 19. And now Iball needs to find a way to clear this away. but has a covered gap there that he's going to uncover. A long bar would help here. He's going to get that bar, so now he's going to try to find something to get down the well. A long bar will do, and he gets it, and there's a Tetris. So Tristop, the first one in at 581, transition into 19. And Iball will get in at 621. So a big pace here for Iball, and not too bad for Tristop either. I've said it before, but it's so important, these game threes. Another Tetris, Iball 646, and there's one for Tristop, 637. Tristop is a little bit ahead, so he's got a few more lines than Iball does. And that kind of thing, not a big deal now, but could be a factor as we get closer to the level 39 super kill screen, which we have not seen really challenged too much during this tournament. 728 Iball, trying to find something here. This board is all kinds of messed up. Tristop with a great looking board is going to use this opportunity maybe to get back into a lead. And he's got a clean board with an open Tetris well, and a long bar goes in at 754 for Tristop. He's flat, he's clean, and waiting. All right, and there is the Tetris for him, 783. So Tristop into a lead by 40,000 points, and another Tetris, 813 on level 23 for Tristop. He's about to exit into 24. And Iball still fighting. Another Tetris, Tristop, 843, about a 85,000 point lead or so. Another Tetris for Tristop, and he's just pouring it in. Super efficient here. Not a lot of wasted lines for Tristop. He's pretty much Tetrises. Iball finally clean again here. Oh, he's going to get Tetris ready with that last second adjustment. Not last second, it's more like last split second adjustment. But he finds himself back 114,000 points here on level 24. Tristop is into 25, and actually now just one line away from 26. So just about 30 lines to go until the level 29 transition. Speed increase, the speed will double. It just seems crazy that this speed could be doubled and still be survivable, and yet players play and thrive on it. Tetris 2024. Tetris for Iball, 950. Tristop's got the max out A39. And Iball maybe angling here for a Tetris, trying to figure out how he's going to get it. Uses a bar to set up and some tucks. He's trying to be aggressive here and efficient, and he gets one. And no, he's just going to take the triple. I think it's smart. 1.1 for Tristop, especially as you get toward 29, because that kind of thing can just, steamroll into a really bad situation. But Tristop with a huge lead right now. Well, maybe not huge, maybe single huge. Maybe not that big anymore. 100,000. It seemed bigger at the moment. At the time. Long bar over for Iball, A70. Tristop is into 29. He's at B59. And Iball at A73. And what a board here for Iball to try to fix. And no, it's just not going to happen. Iball is going to top out at A74. And Tristop is good. In game number 3. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Tristop on tournament point, looking to lock the whole thing up right now. Iball looking to force a game 5 decider. And I mean, sometimes it seems like even best of 5s are not enough. I mean, these players are so evenly matched, so highly skilled that you get the feeling that they could really battle all day. And really neither one would take a significant advantage. But we got to end this thing sometime, and so best of 5 it is. And both players starting off here with their initial builds. They each have Tetrises, and the board's starting to climb here. So it seems like the game not giving a lot of bars, but there's one finally, and they are on this exact same piece, at least for the moment, which you like to see. Satisfying, right? So satisfying. Is that over, by the way? Is that, for a thing, for a while, it was like, oh, satisfying videos, and now I don't see them anymore. 92,000 for Iball, 93,000 for Tristop. Both players are set up. There's one Tristop, there's one Iball. So just about the same score, just about the same lines. Oh, Iball setting up a tuck there. All right, there we go. Another Tetris Iball, 161. Tristop, Tetris, 162. And they're just trading these Tetrises back and forth, maintaining basically a tied game. And it's really going to be the first player that gets into an extended dig here. That's going to leave an opportunity for the other one to take a lead. Both players at the same score, same lines. But Tristop with a much better board here as Iball tries to figure out how best to deal with what he's got on the board right now. Tristop Tetrising Iball with a great triple. And that square is going to help a lot to uncover that right side. And he's looking for a quick bar. And there's, oh, he's going to use the bar to fill out the left side. Wow. Wow. So very brave man there. Had, you know, a bar to get out of it and says, you know what? Stack health over Tetrises. Look at that. What a guy. 283 Tristop, 266 for Iball. Long bar over Tetris Iball. All right. Tristop with a Tetris 306. Iball gets one as well. So just a couple thousand points separating these two great players. All right, both players finding Tetrises here, and another one for Tristop. So Tristop ahead by a little less than a Tetris, behind by about one line. So it is a real lead at that moment anyway. But God, still too close to call. You know, a lot of times these things, you know, they go on for each game will go on for about 10 minutes and not get decided until like the last few seconds. And that's one of the most thrilling things in classic Tetris. Tetris Tristop 400 is each player's trying to just find some opportunity or really avoid giving their opponent an opportunity to build a lead. What it comes down to. I mean, if they kept playing perfectly, no one could ever get a lead. So really does come down to which player gets into a slowdown first. Tristop 445. Neither player really doing that. All right, there's a triple for Iball to uncover the well. 438 for him. And a Tetris goes down column 10. All right, the Corian thing for Tristop, 491. 484 for Iball. Oh, and there was kind of the LO for, is that the 6 and below? Is that what that is? Yeah. All right, so Iball showing off a little bit here. 530 for him, 514 for Tristop. You will see both of these players really excellent at adjustments. I think Iball kind of flaunting them a bit more during this match. Tristop being much more buttoned down stacking in terms of just, you know, pure, excellent, efficient stacking, but we'll throw in the occasional, you know, crazy looking adjustment when it makes sense. There's a little spin there for Tristop, 586. And we are just a few lines away. In fact, Iball is into 19 at 622. So another big transition in this tournament. Anything 600K plus is excellent transition. And Iball just setting up a series of tucks to kind of almost stacking from the right instead of from the top. And 632 for Tristop's going to take a long bar Tetris into 19, a 656 transition for Tristop. So Tristop with the higher transition and so the better pace, even though Iball has the current score lead. Tristop Tetris 705, 724 Iball. But Iball 12 lines ahead at the moment. All right, Iball using that T, excellent, just to very efficiently. You look at that, you go, how am I going to burn out of that? You find that T, and it's like one burn. You're like, oh, okay, that makes total sense. 806 Iball, 782 Tristop. He's going to get a Tetris 808. So now Tristop back by 6 lines and ahead in score, at least in that moment. And when another long bar comes, he'll be right back in that situation. And there is the Tetris. So Tristop has a small advantage right now, despite the difference in score. Oh, and Iball kind of, not going to use the bar here. Getting kind of spicy here. And there we go, a triple for Iball. And a long bar over for the Tetris for Iball, 876, and another one, 906. So he's got the score lead, but ahead by 15 lines at this moment. And I would think it was a line spin Tristop. Did I miss that? I just barely saw it out of the corner of my eye. If it was, then maybe he wins the tournament. All right, 932 Tristop, 910 Iball. Oh my God. Oh my word. Iball that left side, and now he's in a bit of trouble. And he needs something for that left. That triple's gonna help. And that's gonna help. And it looks like he's gonna be able to bring this down. Would love a bar. There's a bar, a T, another bar that he's gonna use flat. He's gonna uncover that right side. Wait for the bar. Here it comes in a Tetris for Iball. And another Tetris. He's got 1,000,000 points. Tristop's got it too. So both players on max outs, but Iball ahead by 12 lines. So that pace difference could be a factor as we get deeper into this game. Spin there for Iball and a Tetris A74. So same score, but that line differential is there. Another Tetris Iball. He's just 3 lines away from the 29 transition. He's set up in column 2 and gets a Tetris into 29. The speed has doubled now. So Iball trying to figure this out. Tristop's board starting to climb a little bit. And Iball trying to bring his stack back down. He opens up that left side. Oh no, and he needs to get something over there, or at least uncover it. That left side could be fatal for Iball. And no, he's not going to survive. So a chase down. B55 is the target for Tristop. A Tetris here would do it. And if he can find it, he would take this game in this tournament. And no, and oh no, can he bring this down? And no! So Iball will survive and force a deciding game number 5. Oh my word. Oh my word. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. The tournament, as it should, comes down to one final game. The winner of this game of Tetris will win the entire tournament. There's a monstrous prize pool provided by you, the community. Thanks so much to everyone who has contributed. It's a massive prize pool, and first place gets a big chunk of it. Not to add any pressure, but you know. But I think the players honestly want to win, just be the winner of this tournament. Is probably as big, if not more, a consideration. I mean, players really love to play well and show off what they can do in front of these crowds here. That left side for Tristop, he's going to have to figure that out. And a long bar goes over, so he should be able to address these gaps. It's not a big deal, but it's going to slow him down in the early game. But maybe, not too much. I mean, sometimes you see these snarls and you say, oh, that's going to take me like 30 lines to get out of. And, they're pretty much like out of it. And there's the long bar, and Tristop is out of all that. No big deal. And actually still at that moment had the lead, but tied lines now, and Iball has the lead, 114 to 95,000. Tristop with a Tetris, 118. Iball gets one over as well. But Tristop with that textbook kind of sloping stack. And Iball really playing more kind of a high wire act kind of game here. I mean, just with some of the digs and other things he's gotten himself into and out of. Oh no, and Iball's gonna top out. And Tristop is your tournament winner. Oh my word. Amazing. All right, Iball, you're here. You're being interviewed first, which is never the result that you want, but you came in here. You did really some amazing, thrilling things.
At least I'm first at something, though, right?
Yeah, at least you're the first person to be interviewed. Well, actually, Remy was. So yeah, you're
First the worst, second the best.
yeah, that's great. So yeah, you're the last Canadian standing here. You came into this event. A lot of well, I don't know. What was your mindset coming into this event, and what were your expectations?
Mindset coming into the event. It's always like whenever I play Tetris, just put on a show, play well. So hopefully I did that for all you guys out there. And with that, if you play well, you win games. So I feel like I did play really well, other than that game 5. But first of all, shouts to Tristop, the winner, honorary Canadian, for But yeah, my expectations into the tournament. I mean, West Coast representing good old British Columbia. So
no one cheered for British Columbia.
So I don't know. The goal was to, I guess, break even on this, and I have made money. So that's very good.
All right, yay, capitalism! Yay, capitalism! Amazing. So all right, so your matchups today. Who were you matched up against? And maybe you can walk me through just kind of how all that went.
So first match was against some guy named Agamescout. Apparently we're both David. I'm not sure about that. Anyway,
Namerville. I had no idea. All right,
yeah,
David.
there you go, David. So that match, that was actually really fun. Before that, we were looking at the bracket, and he said during the last call, it's like, there's a good chance we play each other in the first round, and then it actually happened. So that was awesome. Yeah, Scout put up a really good first game, and then second game, we don't talk about that one. And then round 2 was against World of Blocks, right there. Yeah. So that was a tough one. That's one of those games where you just go in there, you're the favorite, and then you lose game 1.
Right.
And to be fair, got a PB in that game. He played really well, so I got to give it to him on that one. Yeah. So yeah, that was a really fun match, and then I got it together at the end there. I got some good scores up, but he still pushed me all the way there. A few games got to 29, so that was really well played from him. I look forward to seeing him in the future. Yeah. Okay, and then game 3. Oh, Sodium. Where is he? Where's Sodium at? Yeah, there he is. He's back there. That game against Sodium, once again, I lost game 1. And then, was that an early top-up? I can't remember. Yeah. The story of the day today. So, but yeah, after that game 1, I kind of just focused up a bit. I mean, those last 3 games that I played were really, really good. So that basically was like the catalyst to go into Tristop thinking, okay, there is a more than 0% chance I win. And then we got to game 5, and I was like, I might win this. And then T-Piece decided not to get over.
And that was it.
That was it.
So it seemed multiple times in this tournament, kind of the same story where there is like the game 1 kind of rough.
Yeah.
And then the second game rough, but somehow you pull it out and win. You get yourself into situations, dig it out. And then there's sort of a tidal shift where you really start to, start to get super efficient, locked in. We even saw it in this last final match, even though you didn't end up winning it here. So, yeah, how do you explain that? I know you are an aggressive player. So does that have to, do you have to sort of change your mindset, or are you still like, you know what, I'm going aggro? So
it's a little bit. I was just like, I saw Tristop warming up for like 30 minutes over there, and I'm just watching the matches. So maybe next time I'll be warming up for 10 minutes. I don't know. I like watching the Tetris though. It's a bit of a warm up. So that's just me. Maybe I should change it up though, because he won. But I don't know. I mean, the mindset going into it is just build the left higher than the right and score Tetrises, and then win. Yeah. But it happens, right? Actually, one thing I was focusing on is just playing well on 29. And against Sodium, I started to like really get that down. Against Tristop, I had 1 really good game, and then 2 games where I died right away. But I had 1 really good game, so that's improvement. But yeah, mindset's always just try to win. If you don't win, play well.
Yeah. Well, that you did. It just came up short in the end. Just one little piece goes another way, and maybe you don't have a huge deep channel in the middle of your stack and like build 18 high, and maybe it goes another way. But now the last couple months, you've I don't know. I always feel like you've been on a trajectory the last 4 or 5 months of just like going from a good, decent player to all of a sudden starting to get to another level. So what do you attribute that to?
Ooh, there's a few things. One thing is, in CTWC 2023, I rolled a different way. I switched how I rolled in like a week, and then I became like twice as good. So that was the first step. Second step was to figure out how to stack on 29, and then third step was to come to a regional and prove myself, and I think I did.
Yeah, no, you did amazing. Not to get too technical, but I'm very curious about what that change you made is in your roller.
Do I have to? I'll pull up the control.
Oh, now we got diagrams. We got diagrams.
We're getting technical.
No, that's okay. Do it.
All right, so basically, okay, so here's what we're doing. What I used to do, let's see, camera, here we go. So I used to go thumb like that. So that's how I used to do it. And the problem is I thought it was good before, now I realize it's bad. I'm sorry, Alex T. So now what you do is I go, it's what Miles does pretty much. So thumb last, and it basically made it so that I can hit anything over 6 left on 29. And it worked, as you can tell. That dig sequence is crazy. In that game.
That was amazing. So, a testament to, working on your game, evaluating what you're doing, trying something new, and who knows, amazing things can happen to you. Well, you're our last Canadian standing. Do you have any final words? Not final. You're still alive. You're still around. We're still going to be hanging out.
You're never going to see me again.
But well, that's fine. Any final thoughts here as we wrap up this tournament?
First of all, shout out to all the tournament organizers, Marts, K9, both down there. Yup. Let's get a quick. Absolutely amazing job with the whole setup and getting everything set up and all that stuff. I said setup twice there. But all the PVMs, K9, that's incredible. Marts with the fans, basically the entire family out here, that was awesome. And shout out to all the fans here as well, the players, all the people that came to watch. That's awesome. You guys are great. Yep. And lastly, shout out to my parents, shout out to my mom, my aunt, who let me come here somehow. I don't know why they let me do this. But it's awesome. I'll tell them that I made some money. I think they might be watching actually. So, I tell them about Tetris and they're just like, okay, that's awesome. Did you win? Is there money on it? But recently they've really started to get into it a bit more, and they've been a lot more curious about it. So shoutouts to them. Shoutouts to all the parents here as well who brought their kids here, who are watching at home. Shoutouts to all the parents. And shoutouts to Terry, who might be watching this. She's letting me stay at her place in Montreal, and also shoutouts to Lynn as well. They're both letting me stay at their place. So thank you.
Awesome. All right, and one final thing, and just your reaction to one comment in
Is
here.
it Blazing Ace?
No, Kuro Fox says, I didn't know Isaac Newton played Tetris.
No, I've heard a lot. People back in Vancouver, they call me Jesus. So,
Yeah.
my aunt calls me Tarzan, which is like
That makes total sense.
okay. I've never heard of Isaac Newton. That is the first one.
That
is the
that
first
very much fit. I almost Rene Descartes, I would say as well there. But anyway, all right. Well, congratulations to you, and you did a great job.
Thank you.
Tristop, we want to talk to our winner. All right, Tristop, you are here. You are here as a winner of this event. I thought this was a really well-run, great event. What are your thoughts now coming? You've had a few moments here to reflect on your time here as a winner. What are you thinking? How are you feeling?
Well, first off, this event was one of the best events that was organized that I've been to.
Yeah.
K9 and Marts really just did an excellent job, getting this place, getting everything set up. Were there really any technical issues with the stream?
There was a couple, but they were easy to deal. We had a flexible group here that worked well together. So.
Overall, just an amazing experience. This is my first time in Canada, and it's been really nice. All the people I know, so just being surrounded by Tetris in Canada in a great place. It's been a great time.
So you'd recommend that people not from Canada come to Canada, right? Spend your tourist dollars,
it's a great time.
but then leave, right? Okay, amazing. Yeah. So I've had an amazing time here, and I echo your sentiments here about that. So as far as the tournament goes, maybe you can walk me through just your progression through the bracket and just kind of your thoughts on the matches you played.
Okay, so first match was against Lasterat. I still don't know if it's Lasterat or Lasterow because
Lasterat, are you here? No, it's Lasterat, right?
Okay, Lasterat. Okay, good.
That's been cleared up after like 6 years in the Tetris community. Finally,
Yeah.
we know.
So Lastra, of course, very OG player in the community. I think this is the first time I've ever played him. So really happy that after all these years of just seeing him in the community, getting a chance to play him. Then I played Salted Sofa, who I haven't played in I think 3 to 4 years.
Yeah.
So really nice playing him too. Like after not playing for a while. Sofa also repping One Piece, you know, repping One Piece, and amazing dash player. So really happy to play him.
Yeah.
Then we got Wallband. So Wallband, just the overall just really consistent player. So I knew I had to get to kill screen like every game. And also I ate poutine like right before playing Wallband, so I was feeling heavy. So I was like, I don't know if my brain's gonna work on 29. So, but luckily like everything went my way. Like I think you could tell that my 29 was slightly slower. Like, I was just not paying attention as much. The poutine was getting to me. But great match with Wallband, and then finally Iball. That was just a roller coaster of a ride. Because before playing Iball, my controller was double flipping a lot, and I kind of had to improvise like during the match, before the match, when I was warming up. Like instead of rotating with like A, I'd rotate with B. But then my B button started to like not work, so then I would have to rotate with A and just hold down the A button. So like having to improvise like mid match was kind of hard, but I eventually kind of got it down. So that was hard, and also Iball played like tremendous.
Yes.
The game 2 when he got the 1.3, that got me shook for a bit.
Yeah.
I was scared going into that game 3.
Yeah.
And then game 4, when he topped out early and I had to chase it down by 1 Tetris. I think you could tell on 29 the piece that all the pressure just collapsed on me.
Yeah.
That was a really scary situation. But yeah, really kind of unfortunate the way game 5 went, but really good match overall.
Yeah, it was for sure. Now, I don't know. I feel like I noticed something in your stack, you know, and I've watched you a lot in competitive, you know, online matches. And you do, you know, a lot of adjustments, and there can be a lot of little tuck setups and neat, nifty little things. I feel like you kind of, I don't know, ratcheted that back a bit, and I saw a lot more, I think, more kind of fundamental flat stacking, which looked very just methodical, almost Corian-like in the way. Like it was just very flat, fundamental, with not as many adjustments and stuff that you're known for.
I think I was just scared of double flipping. I was just scared of my controller not working. Like I would go for an adjustment, and then the piece would go the wrong way. I'd burn 20 lines, and then I'd be down 100K. I was just scared of doing that, so I was just thinking, I'll just do my default moves, just play like how you play like normally. Don't go for anything too flashy. Like game 5 in particular, I know there was an adjustment, like a spin tuck adjustment I could have done really early on. I just decided not to do it. Just stick to my guts, and it worked out.
Is there a lesson in this? Like maybe like for in a tournament play, maybe it's like that more fundamentals that you stick to that'll get you there.
Yeah, because I guess adjustments are a lot more risky to go for, and I was really nervous already going into game 5. So if I was nervous and I go for an adjustment, then there's like a much higher chance that I miss it. So I'd rather just play it safe. And I mean, safe is still gonna get me a lot of points, so I'd rather just play it safe.
Yeah, your version of safe. Yeah, my version of safe is not that great. So.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, amazing. And then you know, you're another player who's been kind of I don't know. I feel like on a trajectory where you know you've been kind of, I don't know, kind of the ability is there and it's been there the entire time, and we see how you've been playing is amazing. But now it's all of a sudden just kind of come together in the last like 6 months or so, where it seems you've gotten to another level. Is there anything that you would attribute that to?
I think the main thing is going for game crash, because for the longest time I knew how to play aggressive on 29, but I'd always like play too aggressive and just die. So game crash, like learning how to line out, just play like really safe, kind of taught me how to burn more like cleanly.
Yeah.
I think that really like just focusing only on line out transferred really nicely into my aggressive play. So like nowadays I'm making it to like 38, 39 a lot more than like previous CTMs where I would top out like 32, 33. Also like I took a really long break last year, and I think before that, like playing in high level tournaments like Masters, the stress was like really getting to me. I was thinking like, oh, I need to win. It's been like so many years that I haven't won. I need to win. So then it was really getting to me. But then after a break, I took Tetris a bit like less seriously. I was just taking it lightly. I was like, I'll just play for fun.
Yeah.
And I think that really helped me.
Well, imagine that. Playing a game for fun is the best way to play. Who would have thought? So that's amazing. And of course, you have now, these regional wins that you've got, including now this one here in CTWC Canada, plus your amazing performance and, in CTWC this year. So what's next? I mean, what's next on the agenda for you?
Masters win. It's been really long overdue.
Yeah.
I'm going to Boston probably next January. Boston Tea Parody 2,
Yep.
hosted by Fractal, and then CTWC 2025. Obviously, that's gonna be something I'm looking out for. And those are
Amazing. So any final thoughts as we close our tournament today for anyone you want to shout out or anything else you want to say?
Once again, shout outs to K9, Marts, Lasterat, everyone who organized this tournament. It was a really, really, really good tournament. I can't stress that enough. Shout outs to everyone here. Of course, first time in Canada again, so it was just a really great time seeing everyone, meeting everyone. Shout outs to my parents, shout outs to my Tetris friends, my friends back at home in New York. Shout outs to my sisters who are also watching. Shout outs to my cousins. I was supposed to go to a cousin get together or a little family get together yesterday, but I was like, oh, I'm going to Canada, so I gotta make that. But they were all cheering for me, so shout outs to all of them. And shout outs to all my fans and shout outs to K9 Marks one more time. There we go.
All right, well, congratulations to you, and boy, it was great to see you, and what an amazing performance, and congratulations again.
Thanks, Mandy.